Hey, what's up, everyone? Glad to have you back. Now, old Lex the Lion here was just walking down a Home Depot parking lot when I happened to catch the following footage you're about to see. Now, I don't really make a habit of recording every single traffic stop or police encounter of a third-party nature that I happen to walk by or something like that or catch. But for the most part, I try to look for something that's either suspect or out of the ordinary when it comes to these traffic stops. Now, if you've seen my last video, one of my videos, I think I have like 2, maybe 3 others that are kind of the same, but one of the videos, I believe it's titled Police Kill versus Firemen Protect. I think that's the title of the video. Now, like that particular video, it was a guy that was homeless, and he was just like acting really crazy and erratic, I guess, and it caught my eye, and I thought to myself, oh, you know, this could be a situation where he might get shot by police. So I went ahead and recorded that. Now, it's things like that that I try to keep a lookout for when it comes to setting some time apart from my life to stop and record these interactions. Now, I always advocate to record your own personal police interactions when you have them as a measure of protection for yourself, but I believe that it is just as important to record third-party interactions when it comes to these police pigs out here. The reason why is a couple of things. Now, even though you don't have anything to do with it, you kind of do if it comes to, one, you know, performing an audit under exercising your First Amendment right to record. And then to follow along with that, you know, you're helping to show these pigs that you're recording. You're there to send a message that, hey, you know, don't step out of line. You know, people are watching you and it's being recorded, so it's not like you guys are going to get to say whatever you want to say and get away with it without, you know, some sort of camera or microphone or something on the side that picks them up while they're committing their crimes or what have you. So it's not only a measure of protection for them, and not only for the person that's involved, not the pigs, fuck the pigs, but it's a measure of protection for the person that is having the encounter with the pigs. And it's also, you know, exercising your First Amendment right, sending a message to the pigs that, you know, people are watching and stuff like that. But also for the fact that you might catch something that could prove to be very helpful for the guy or the woman who's dealing with the cops. As you may have seen so many videos out there that are documented by people, you know, independent journalists going out there recording third-party interactions, and you see the mistreatment and the violence and the bloodshed and shit like that happen with these encounters. So I hope to never have to record something like that, because, you know, not only do the pigs know that I'll be recording them, but they might want to try to come after me for that. But, you know, of course, I'm going to do everything in my power to protect myself. And also, you may or may not know this, and this is something that I'd like to share with the people of Texas. I believe this is something that the Supreme Court has ruled on as well when it comes to self-defense against a pig. Because here in Texas, if you look up the deadly force statutes, it's in there. You have a right to protect yourself from a pig who is going rogue and trying to, you know, kidnap you, murder you, sexually assault you, basically putting you in a position that an ordinary private citizen criminal will put you in. All right. Just like you have the ability to defend yourself against that private citizen criminal from whatever they're trying to do to you and accost you, you also have the right to defend yourself using deadly force, whether it's your hands, a knife, a gun, whatever you got to use to kill that pig to defend yourself and stop the threat. You have the ability to defend yourself against that cop when he is taking the role of criminal and going after you. Now, I was first taught this by my when I went to go get my concealed handgun license like 10 years ago. I was first taught this by my instructor. Now, he was a retired policeman himself. He's also a veteran, and he's done like detective work and all kinds of stuff that he's done and whatever. And he wasn't really an instructor for the class, but when I went to go, you know, do my proficiency and take the, I think back then it was like an 8-hour course. And it's not having to do with like training or anything. It's just like going by the laws and the statutes and stuff like that. You know, when you sit in the classroom, you probably take like a little test. It was so long ago, I can't remember it all. But my instructor himself basically said that you have the right to defend yourself against a cop. Now, his official advice was, if you ever have to put yourself in that situation, or let me rephrase that, if you're ever put in that situation by an unlawful pig and you defend yourself by killing him, you'd better be ready to have like the entire city of police hunt you down, ready to pop a cap in your ass, because, you know, cop killers are to be frowned upon. But here's the thing. If you're defending yourself against a fucking unlawful pig, a criminal pig who's trying to fucking murder you, kidnap you, you know, fucking beat you to death or something like that, you have every right to defend yourself. You're not a cop killer. That pig ceases to be a public servant. He ceases to be a police employee. He ceases to be a cop. He is now taking on the role of a criminal, so you have every right to treat him as such. But according to my instructor, his advice was, you have to be ready to have the entire city of police coming at you with their guns, ready to pop a cap in your ass, because they want to see you dead. They don't care about taking you into custody and all that shit, or let's say if they have no choice but to take you into custody for whatever reason, maybe there's cameras watching or something like that, and they don't have a chance to murder you and shit, then they're gonna take your ass into the fucking precinct or in the county jail. They're gonna beat you. They're gonna beat your ass, you know, all to a bloody pulp, maybe even kill you. Who knows? I believe that's happened before. You know, I'm not sure if Sandra Bland is her name, but she ended up getting kidnapped by the cops or whatever, and apparently she was found hung in her jail cell, and there was this whole big old ordeal about it, because I guess, I don't know the whole story. I still don't know up to this day, but it was one of two things. Either the pigs fucking hung her ass, or the pigs caused her to hang herself. Don't quote me on that. You'd have to look it up yourself. I'm not even sure if the name's right, but I remember hearing a story about such thing. But anyway, I don't mean to get off course. I just thought I'd throw that in. But basically, I believe there's a lot of cases where it has been ruled that you have, you know, not only on a state-by-state level, but by the Supreme Court as well, that you have a right to defend yourself against a criminal cop who is trying to fuck you up. All right? He would be at that point no different than a regular private citizen criminal who is trying to fuck you up. So you guys need to know this shit. All right? Now, technically, I'm not going to sit here and advocate killing cops, but I do advocate self-defense against criminals, and cops are criminals. So when that pig, and you have to study your own laws in your state and make sure you know what the fuck revolves around this particular situation, because it is a very big deal if you decide to defend yourself against a pig. But all in all, when that pig decides to become a criminal against you, you have the right to defend yourself, up to and including using deadly force against him. And going back to Texas, it's definitely a fact in Texas. If you look up the deadly force statutes for Texas, you will find it under the self-defense. I believe it's not 92.3, 92.2, or 92.1. I can't remember the penal codes, but it's 9 something point something. And I'll likely post the penal codes up or whatever, but You can look that up yourself, and it's kind of vague, but it's there. All right, it's there telling you that you have a right to defend yourself against a cop. So I wanted to throw that out there to let all my Texans know about that, in case you didn't know, and you can continue researching it yourself under the deadly force statutes for Texas. And again, Supreme Court and all these state by state cases that have happened, it's been ruled over and over again that people have the right to defend themselves against a killer cop, you know what I'm saying, or a criminal cop, you know, however you want to label them. But anywho, jumping back to what I was basically talking about, I believe I got on this subject because I was talking about that video where I saw that guy tripping out, and I thought to myself that he probably was going to get shot up. Luckily he didn't. I got that on video. Again, check it out on my channel. It's police murder or police kill versus firemen protect. You can check that out for yourself and see what I'm talking about. But I was walking by this particular encounter you're about to see coming up, and what caught my eye is the guy sitting down on the floor. I had to stand there and watch him for a little bit before I pulled out the camera, probably like about a minute's worth. And he was acting some kind of way, you know, to me he kind of seemed like he was vulnerable, because he seemed to me like he wasn't the type that knew his rights or whatever. But again, I don't know what his mental capacity is. I don't know if he's a crazy guy. I don't know if he's legit, you know, or if he actually committed a crime. I don't know anything about the situation. But what I do know is that, you know, just because he may have stolen something off the Home Depot, or maybe he was loitering around in front of the store or whatever, just because he does something like that where nobody gets hurt, that he didn't hurt nobody from, doesn't mean that his rights and due process and all that shit gets taken away and now these cops get to go to town on him. No, that's not the case. You know, as much as I really don't like the sound of it myself, but it's true. Even criminals have rights, you know, up until the point that they're actually convicted by a court and the evidence is there beyond a reasonable doubt to convict this person of such crime. So until then, you're innocent until proven guilty. And that's why I stopped and started recording this guy, because I thought maybe he didn't know too much about the law. Maybe he is vulnerable and he can't defend himself the right way. And when pigs smell this kind of person, when they smell that you're that kind of a person that doesn't know shit about shit, that's a lot of the times when they tend to go into rogue cop mode and they try to fuck you up or fuck you over in some sort of fashion. And so I stopped. I was analyzing this guy, seeing what he seemed like he was doing, or what he was like. And I decided to pull out the camera and start recording. And the second thing that really caught my attention was all the pigs that showed up. It was one dude. The pigs weren't like looking over their shoulders or anywhere else, or combing the building trying to find any second suspect or nothing. It was just this guy. They were working on him really fucking fast. And again, I don't know what the nature of his situation was, but there was a pretty fucking heavy police presence there for one man who, from what I saw when I came up on the situation, was not being combative, was not resisting. You could see him on the ground. He's not like trying to attack the cops or nothing. He was being as calm as I could possibly, you know, imagine somebody being, you know, and he was being cooperative. They walked him back to a bench. He sat down for a minute, and then they started like taking him to the back of the patrol car. And another key thing is they didn't even have him in cuffs. But I didn't take the situation as being a detainment. I looked at it as being an arrest. So for whatever you think it might be, you know, sound off in the comments if you think otherwise, but I think this was an actual arrest. And it was weird because you had this lady in a yellow shirt who was talking some shit. I really couldn't hear. I was at a pretty good distance from them, so I really couldn't hear everything, but I caught little bits and pieces. And this chicken, I believe in a yellow shirt, was talking some shit about that it was one of his clients, and that's where I couldn't understand the rest of what she said. There was even a plainclothes dude who didn't even have a gun or a badge or nothing on him that jumped out of the front seat of the police car in the very beginning of the video. On the right side of the car, he jumps out of the front passenger side. He was there. And then also, if you notice in the video, when the guy was sitting down on the ground, there's another dude in plain clothes that had some sort of paperwork I guess in his hand, and I don't know what the hell he was either. Maybe he was just a bystander, I don't know. But it was kind of like the people who seem to be, you know, just bystanders, just watching, kind of like me, seemed to like go about their business. They weren't really standing around. They saw, they kept walking or whatever, but they weren't really like up close and personal, and they weren't like trying to be a part of the situation. And of course, I was the only one recording. So all of this shit kind of struck me weird, so I decided to start recording. And again, this is just basically for the simple fact that, you know, I'm trying to ensure that nothing gets out of hand, because if it does, I got it on camera. I'm trying to send a message to these pigs that people are auditing, people are watching, people are recording. I'm exercising my rights, you know what I'm saying, and I'm trying to see, you know, if this dude gets mistreated and all that good stuff. So in this case, luckily, it looks like they did their job, you know, rather professionally. The only problem that I could see that I had with the situation was the fact that there were so many pigs there for one man, and all it took was one guy to walk him over to the patrol car. And again, it looks like that pig did have a partner, so it's like those two could have handled that guy all by himself. But no, you had the fire department there, you had the ambulance there, you had two other police pigs there that they seem to both have partners in each vehicle. It's like, goddamn, why the fuck do you got so many fucking pigs there for one man who ain't doing shit? You know, they didn't even have him in handcuffs. So like, why the fuck do you need all those pigs there? I just don't get the situation. Maybe it has something to do with the nature of the call, but it seemed to me like the rest of the police presence that showed up there was after the fact that I got there, and was after the fact that the first cop car was there with the two pigs inside and were already contacting him. So, you know, to me, that's a waste of taxpayers' money, because these pigs could have been doing something else. The pigs that were contacting the guy on the ground could have easily radioed in and been like, we got this, we're good. No, but all these pigs always got to show up, and they always got to get their fucking 2 cents in and try to be a part of the situation, and it's just not necessary. You know, it's just not fucking necessary. But let me know if you have any other kinds of opinions about, you know, whatever I've said, you know, explain on this video. But check it out. Hope you enjoy the video, and remember, it is just as important to record third-party encounters. So if you are an auditor, if you like to go out and record your own police recordings, you know, I think that you do a great deal of justice when you record third-party encounters as well. So to me, that's just as important, and I hope to others that would be just as important as well. So take care, you guys, and until the next time, stay frosty. No sé. Pero mucho policía para un hombre.
Sí, ¿verdad? Ahorita salimos de allá.
Sí. Alright, so I just want to show you this. We got 1, we got 2, we got 3 pig cars here. I don't know what's going on. I just happened to walk across and see this happening, and now they're messing with this guy. I don't know what he did. They had the fire truck and the ambulance here as well. I don't know who this guy is. He's probably a pig too, plain clothes. But all these cops for one guy. Why? They're arresting him for something. He hasn't shown any signs of being combative or anything like that. And the taxpayers are having to foot the bill to have so much police presence for one man who doesn't seem to be doing anything wrong. He's not resisting. They don't even have him in handcuffs. Well, that's just streets and maintenance. He ain't got nothing to do with this. Now, I heard the sirens probably about 5 minutes ago, so all this has only taken place within the past, I'd say, 7 to 10 minutes. So that shows you how quickly they put this guy in the back of the patrol car. Apparently they're arresting him, not detaining him. This lady said something about that guy's one of her clients. I don't know if she's talking about the homeless guy, or at least he looked homeless. So again, not only am I here just to ensure that things go good, they don't mistreat this guy, but this is also an audit, you know? Show these pigs out here, people are watching them, recording. As small as this might look to some people or a waste of time, this kind of stuff sends a message. No sé. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, sorry. I just had to stop this really quick because that lady was just something else. Now, she walked up on me as I was recording, and you could see by the captions that I put at the bottom that she was asking me, you know, what happened, and I told her I don't know, and she stopped talking to me, and then she went on video herself. She stepped right in front of the camera, didn't give a two fucks, you know, about it. and went back, back and forth between the patrol car and the policeman. They even had words, he was at the pig asked her, ¿Qué necesitas? And that basically means, what do you need? And so they were exchanging some words. And she started walking back, and what she said to me was, ¿Por qué me estás grabando? ¿Por qué estás grabando? And what that means is, why are you recording me? Why are you recording? Now, she didn't say it in a fucked up way or nothing. She didn't get angry at me. She didn't say nothing to me after that. But I just thought that was so fucking funny and just stupid, because she walked upon me and asked me what's going on. And she was like literally standing like inches from me, and she saw me recording the entire damn time. Everybody there that was paying attention to me saw me recording. So it's like she knew what she got herself into when she stepped in front of my fucking camera. But she still has the fucking nerve to tell me, why are you recording me? Come on, lady. Oh my goodness. Anyway, back to the show. I just thought that was fucking funny. I don't know, some of these guys probably know me. They probably recognize me.
Coming again to save the motherfucking day, America. Fuck yeah. Freedom.
Alright, I guess that's it. There's not much else to do.
Way, terrorists, your game is true. 'Cause now you have to answer to America.
If they're gonna do anything to this guy, it's gonna be
America.
at the precinct or in the jail.
America.
But I think my work here is done. And the lion is out. Alright, the reason why I'm recording this guy is because he was just in a Jack-in-the-Box drive-thru. They finished with the drive-thru and they pulled over right in the middle, blocking traffic. There were no cars around, but as soon as the first car came behind him, he turned on his fucking lights on top of his car to tell that person that he ain't moving. So he's just sitting there. His partner jumped out of the driver's side, or excuse me, the passenger side, to go inside and do some shit. I guess maybe he forgot some ketchup or something. Well, this is why I say fuck the police, man, because they fucking think that they're so special they could just block the fucking roads, turn on fucking emergency lights when there's no fucking reason to. Because they wear that shiny fucking badge, that's why. Fuck the police. Yeah, that's them right there. These motherfuckers acting like fucking cocksuckers and shit. Let's see how long it takes his partner to get the ketchup. Oh, there's his partner. He just got in. Did you see that shit? Now when they pass by, let's see if they say anything to me, because I'm pretty sure they saw me recording. Yeah, that's right, motherfucker. I see you. Yeah, piece of shit didn't even have the fucking tooth to come over here and fuck with me. I know he saw me. Fucking pigs. If only I caught him turning on those fucking sirens for you. Oh, look, there he is. He busted a bitch. And he's going back the way he came. But as I was saying, if only I could have shown you the way he put on, not the siren, excuse me, the emergency lights on the roof of his fucking pig car. If only you could have seen that shit, man. That's some bullshit right there. So fucking special, man. Fuck the police. Alright, there's all kinds of shit going on here. There's the fucking police over there. There's police right there. This guy's walking. They're looking for somebody. There's one right there. There's a fire truck. Yeah, that cop right there is probably following me. I don't know if you see him, but I think he's trying to follow me. Look, got another one right there. Alright, so all this fucking pig presence happening. They're searching for somebody, I don't know, but the reason I'm recording this shit is because I'm currently strapped open carrying, and I just wanted to cover my ass in case these motherfuckers try to fuck with me. Look, there's another one on foot right there. That's one of the partners. There's the other guy right there. They were circling all underneath that bridge and then all underneath this bridge over here. But yeah, this just happened maybe 15 minutes after the bonus footage of catching that pig at Jack in the Box disrespecting taxpayers by throwing on his emergency lights when there's no emergency. See, this is when you use your emergency lights, when there's a fucking emergency. Now when you're stopped at a Jack in the Box trying to go inside and get some ketchup and you don't want to let the people behind you pass because you're too busy blocking the fucking road. But yeah, once again, open carry right here, baby. Yeah, they also had a fire truck. There's the fire truck right there. There's a shitload of pigs out here. I mean, probably anywhere from 10 fucking patrol cars, 1 fire truck, and I just walked through all that shit, strapped open carrying. We got some more that joined the party. There's 2 more pigs that just passed by. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I didn't hear no gunshots. I was relatively close to the place. There goes the fire truck.